Thank you all. First of all,
Thank you.
thank you all for coming to Art This. What a fine studio audience we hear so close to Halloween, John.
This is a historically large audience. And I don't mean your size, I mean the number of the audience. Fantastic, thank you. And it is a Halloween show, isn't it?
It is.
What should we call it? Boo Fest? Spooktastic?
Spooktastic. I like Spooktastic.
Very good. Well, what have you been up to?
Oh, a lot of stuff, pal. A lot of stuff going on. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Documentary projects coming up here. But first, who do you have on the show?
We have, making his triumphant return to Art This.
He's come back for us, folks.
Internationally renowned ventriloquist Sammy Lowe will be in the
exciting.
studio tonight, and it's going to be a riot.
What? I understand he has a brand new ventriloquist American.
He does. Well, we'll get into what to call them
Okay.
later, the proper PC term for these figures. But yes, Rufus will be appearing, making his
Rufus.
world premiere. And I understand Rufus has been tapped to appear on The View as
Oh!
as a replacement for Barbara Walters.
Oh.
And so we'll see. I mean, she's always a little bit wooden.
Little
and so
stiff.
so he figured he'd be a good replacement
Yeah.
for her. Well, and what else have I been doing? I'm on a low-fat diet.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm laying low and getting fat. It's working. It's
Right. You got to do what you can in these lean times.
That's right. Well, what have you got for us? I know we send one of ourselves out into the field.
We do.
Please, just go out in the field, usually
Yeah.
we say. But
Yeah.
while we're out there, we shoot a feature on an artist. And who do you got for us?
Well, this week, we're going to visit with Keith Holt. Keith Holt lives in Mayfield, Kentucky. Keith Holt spent 25 years of his life as an actor in Los Angeles. Didn't make it. Moved back to Kentucky, right? And he says now he spends his whole life as an act in Kentucky. Although he was a failed actor in Hollywood, now he's back in Kentucky acting. He has this fine place called Hillbilly Gardens in Toyland. And Hillbilly Gardens is full of his hillbilly folk art that he's collected from garbage, stuff people has literally thrown in his yard, and stuff he collects from the local truck stop. And he also has one of the largest toy collections in the world, and he still has a dream of building Toyland to what he views it as it should be his largest collection, maybe in the world, at least in Kentucky for sure.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at Keith Holt
Let's check it out.
at Toyland.
Obviously, as you can tell, I don't throw anything away, give or take. Yes, I love roadside attractions like this, and my parents stopped at all these weird places. And to be honest with you, my stepdad wishes he had not stopped at those places after I started building this one, but because he was right there with the neighbors, not understanding any of this at all. These are the type of places I like going to, and there are not that many out here. And then what I find is, like, some people have never heard of us. They have not come across, Roadside America, Road Trippers, all that, because we're all listed on a lot of different sites. And they don't know about us. There's accidentally, because a lot of people do like to take the back roads, and they're amazed to see a place, and they are technically amazed that Kentucky actually has a place like this, because you don't expect to see places like this in this area. They're normally out west, like on Route 66 or in the older, like even the Lincoln Highway. They're all out west basically, and they're not like, so some people are like totally amazed to see this place here. I'm Keith Holt, and this is known now as Apple Valley Hillbilly Gardens in Toyland. It basically started back in 1928 when my grandfather came here and bought an apple orchard and a two-room house, and he started making the apple cider and selling out along the highway along with the apples. And then in 32, they paved the highway out here out front, Highway 68, they paved it. So he was figuring he could make a little extra money off the tourists. So he had the house added on to, so they have a room to rent to the tourist. And then I assume that's when he built the little white building that's been everything from a 4-seat diner to a Gulf gas station from 39 to 64. As we've been here for a while, I would say majority of the local people have grown to get used to us. I'm not saying they still like us, but they've gotten used to us. And a lot of people do know we are bringing folks in from all over the world, so to speak, that come through this area, because they're not coming here to see us strictly, but when they come, say, from Europe or France and Israel, we had a couple guys even from Israel that were doing a bike. They'd come to this country, bought 2 bikes to travel Route 66. They had read about us, so they came off Route 66 to come check us out. So we do bring tourists in here that are coming over this country to do other things, and they map us in. So some of the people realize that, but we still do, because like recently, one of the local TV stations, we got covered on something, and then in my Facebook messaging, I got some people messaging me like, go back to your planet weirdo, Marshall County does not need this type of publicity, which I found entertaining because stuff like that, bad reviews and people stating that stuff to me, I literally find it funny. I love reading that type of stuff. And now we are written about, in certain places we are written about that I am trying to keep that flair of the old roadside attraction alive. Like I said, a lot of people compare me to Route 66, but this is technically 68 out here. But yes, I am trying to keep that alive. And like, of course, I have my Lawnmower Ranch, which is a tribute to Cadillac Ranch. And I have another thing called Salvation Mound, which is my tribute to Salvation Mountain. And everything kept growing from the county trying to get rid of me. And then a few of the artists from Paducah would come here and say, dude, you are a folk artist. You got to start playing up on it. And then like your friend JD, like JD was here one time telling me that I reminded him of the beginnings of a Paradise Gardens. And I'm like, what's that? And then he said, I was done by Howard Finster. I'm like, who's that? So I had to do all this research, but I gradually learned what folk artists were. And then I kind of agree that now I kind of play, because I went to LA to become an actor, and it turns out I came back here now, and my whole life is an act, so to speak, because I don't consider myself an artist, so I'm technically portraying an artist now, and everything around me is basically an act. So. Well, I still hope I've never given up on that dream. I still hope to have an 80 by 100 foot building here and do the Toyland the way I originally visualized it when I came out here in 2006, I think it was, when I visually came out here, because I had my concept drawings, all that stuff. I already had all that done in LA, and then for like 2 or 3 years in LA, I would tell all these people what my dream and what I plan to do in Kentucky, and told them about it, and then people would donate toys to me, and I got a pretty massive collection to do it with, so I still want my dream to come true. Now, however, if my dream ever comes true, they will still get the art part of it, because I actually find the hillbilly part fun now, because that's even more fun, because it gets me fun trying to figure out what to do with this stuff. And people, of course, drop me off junk about it. Every other week I get some new art supplies here. So it's kind of fun doing this. And then I do have 6 acres, so it's kind of like I eventually plan to have the whole acreage, like where it'd be a path you could walk with all the bad puns. Someday I guess I will have to break down and draw a map with the bad puns on it. It is a tribute to Roadside America, and that's all I'm trying to get the place. And then that's the other thing I found hard. I am a mom and pop operation, so I technically don't have the money anymore. I did, because to me, I know they're not prefab houses, but and Cora even made a comment that the houses across the street from me are like, prefab houses are more an eyesore to me than a place like this, because you're looking at I don't know, I'd rather look at artistic stuff, and then like when I traveled, even when I lived in LA, I would travel to places like this and check this type of stuff out and found it interesting. Never knew at that time I would become one of those people. And then, like how I like to say now is yes, I do try to bring the weird out of Kentucky.
All right. Thank you all. As you saw there, Keith Holt, Mayfield, Kentucky. Please go visit him if you venture out that way on Highway 68. Again, his stuff is completely unique, very interesting character. And again, he spent his whole life trying to be an actor, and now he says his whole life is truly an act here in Kentucky. So, next thing we'd like to show you all is a great feature. Of course, we feature Fartist, phone artist, and NART, nature artist. This week we have a great selection from Morehead State University Convergent Media student Carla Stepp. Carla has took some great photography in the field, used some cool effects, but yet used the basic components of nature to really capture what we feel here on Art This is a true NART. So ladies and gentlemen, Carla Stepp, NARTist.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Well, I'm very excited to introduce our guest, our main feature for today's Art This program, Sammy Lowe, ventriloquist, and his friends Damon and Rufus. Let's hear it for Sammy. He has been performing in comedy off-Broadway in Lexington, at the Funny Bone in Newport, and in the Cincinnati area, the Go Bananas Comedy Club. And he is also well known at the International Ventriloquists Convention. Let's hear it for Sammy Lowe.
Thank you. Well, I want to bring out the main guy that's been with me for the longest. His name is Damon, and my wife says this guy is the one that most accurately portrays my personality. So would you welcome to the stage, Damon. Oh, right. Yeah, there we go. Well, I'm excited to be here. Yes, it's great to be back in hell. And what? This isn't hell. This is Moorhead, Kentucky. Yeah, well, that's close enough. It's good to be here at Moorhead State University. Oh, that's great. I had a meeting here with someone. Really? A meeting? Anybody that we would know? Yes, Dr. Wayne Andrews. Dr. Wayne Andrews, the university president. Well, let's hope it's a friendly meeting. No, it's strictly business. Strictly business? Oh, dear God. What? God, is he here? No. Just a figure of speech. You lost your horns. And you scared the hell out of me. Oh, sorry. Didn't know I could do that. Oh, no. You really did lose your hell. Aren't you listening? Well, how do you get it back? Quick, tell a lie. I never tell a lie. Oh, thank you. Hey, do you think you could do that trick again? No, I'm not going to put hell back into the devils. Oh, Sonny, I got an idea. I'm not interested. You and I could go to hell and we could be rich and famous. No, if you want to do that act, I don't think you're going to need me. Yes, I really do. Why do you need me? Well, I need a hand. No, I don't think so. Sandy, I got another idea. You could be the official ventriloquist in hell. No, I'm not going to be the official ventriloquist in hell. Oh, come on, Sandy, you might like it down there. It's too hot for me. Oh, it's just a dry heat. Listen, I am not going. Oh, Sandy, you and I could be soulmates. No. Well, Sandy, how am I going to do the show? If you need a ventriloquist, you'll have to do it your own. Oh, I can't, Sandy. And that's retire. So when a devil retires, what does he get into? Politics. Well, I think you'll fit right in with that group. So this is our show, and this is Damon the Devil. Yeah! Time to put him in his box. Oh, yeah. Now, for this, though, I actually get a chance to let somebody be on stage with me, and they get to basically be the star of the show. I need to kind of find a volunteer, somebody. Would you be comfortable?
I'll do it, yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's great. I love that attitude. What we will do, I promise, I'm not going to do anything that would embarrass me up here. So you're going to be great. Let's see. And you won't even have to say one word. I'll do all of it for you. So let me get you stand about right here. Perfect. And let's try. Let's see. When I do this, can you squeeze? Can you open your mouth? Let's try it again. Hello? Hello? Well, that's just not realistic enough. Hold on. This will work much better. Oh, this is going to be. Yeah. Let's try. Okay. Down just a little bit. Oh, you're going to be perfect. Pull this. And pull this back here. Let's see. That's looking good. Are you comfortable? Oh, yes, I like it. I like it a lot. Well, now we can change your voice. No, I like this one. It's perfect. Okay. Well, what I wanted to do today is for you and I to tell a story. I think that'd be awesome. Oh, yeah, wait a second. Is anybody going to see this? Only the people that watch TV or the internet will ever see what we're going to do. Oh, yes, I love it. This is great. But now that I'm on stage, there's something I always wanted to do. You don't want to do the story? No, there's something else I want to do. Okay, it's your show. I want to show the world how to dance. Really, I do. You're positive. Yes, I always wanted to do that. Okay. Well, how long have you been dancing? Oh, about 2 minutes. Great. So, well, what about this dancing? What kind do you do? Oh, my favorite dancing is belly dancing. Yes, I'm a belly dancer. Well, what do you belly dance for? For money and love. Well, boy, I just wish we had some belly dancing music for you. Do we by any chance have belly dancing music? Please, listen. That's it. Yeah, I can do this. You ready? Can you show us how to belly dance? Yeah, here you go. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, look, it's another. Yeah, I love it. Oh, yeah. Hey, you were awesome at this. Yeah. Oh, get down there. This is embarrassing to me. Oh, but I love it. This is great. Oh, give him a round of applause. That was awesome. Dude, you were perfect. All right. Give him another round.
Thank you. We'll be right back with more Art This after this message.
What are you doing, Fred? I'm making a list of the 7 warning signals that might mean cancer.
No need, Fred. We just got our list from this American Cancer Society volunteer.
Guard those you love. No cancer's warning signals. Give to your American Cancer Society.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all. We're back with Sammy Lowe and the world premiere of his friend Rufus. Hello, Rufus.
Yeah, hello there. How you doing, cuz?
I'm doing all right. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to be here here.
You're on campus, Rufus, where you're a student.
Oh, that's right. I forgot where we was. Good. What you got there?
Well, it's my list of questions, and I'd like to start with some of the kind of reading that a ventriloquist needs to do. What's your favorite book in ventriloquism?
Oh, my favorite book is called Ventriloquist for Dummies.
Oh,
yeah. You ever read it?
No, I haven't read it, but I did hear at one time that the word dummy was considered a little bit politically incorrect.
Yeah.
What do you
That's not
prefer?
good. Well, I'm really just an American.
Oh, a mannequin American. Very good. All right, so that's what we'll refer to you as. Rufus, you're a freshman here at Morehead State. How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. Get to see the girls a lot. You like that?
Yeah. Did you?
I'll see one out there now. Woohoo! Hello, girls.
Did you rush a fraternity, Rufus?
Fraternity's got guys in it. I tried to rush the sorority. That's where the girls are. Well, I was in a fraternity. Oh, well, we understand you there.
How about classes, Rufus? What's your favorite class?
Oh, my favorite class is then a speech class. I like that one.
Speech class. Let's hear it for speech class. Everybody's favorite class.
I like that one.
How you doing in there? Did you give your first speech yet?
Well, my first speech I failed.
Oh, you seem so natural in front of a crowd. What happened?
Well, Stanley didn't show up that day.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. That wasn't funny that I failed there. Aren't you
No,
a
it
teacher
wasn't.
here?
Yeah, I am, and I'm really sorry to hear that. Try to keep Sammy with you at all times from now on during speeches.
You heard that? Pay attention there, cuz.
I understand you're the latest addition to Sammy's collection of mannequin Americans. Is that true?
Well, he sure is. I'm the best one anyway.
How do you get along with, say, Damon?
I get along with all the cousins. Yeah. He's my friend, I think.
Well, I was reading Topics the other day, and Damon's been dishing some trash about you on Topics.
No, I didn't do it. It's not me. What down there? Hey, shut up. Go ahead.
Well, I just wondered if you guys, when Sammy's gone, if you ever get into it a little bit.
No, I just take care of my own business. What's he saying on topics?
Well, some things I can't repeat in front of young people, but there were splinters involved.
Damon. All right,
That's better. All right, good. We'll keep Damon out of it. Well, Rufus, I understand that you're headed
Get rid
for
of
a
that
career
guy.
on The View. You're going to replace Barbara Walters there. They've been looking for a sufficiently wooden character to take her
They're
place.
getting rid of Barbara Walters because they want somebody a little more lifelike.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be me.
That's what I thought. Well, you'll be perfect. And I just want to wish you and Damon a mannequinificent career.
Oh, thank you. I think we'll do very good there. Yep. I'm going to do.
All right.
Yep.
Well, if you could just calm yourself for a minute, I'd like to talk to Sammy a little bit.
Why?
Audience, you may not know this, but Sammy Lowe makes his own ventriloquist figures, original creations of his own.
He does what?
How do you do that, Sammy? Like, for example, how do you decide on the face and everything?
The face. I just looked and made a pretty cool face that I thought, took a picture of it, molded one to look at it, and my wife, when she sees him, she thinks of me making that face every time.
Very good. And that's...
Yeah, that was it. That's the face he did there. Yep. I remember that, just like his own face.
Very good. Now, I've been making cracks about wood and splinters and so forth, but really, he's not made of wood, is he?
No.
He's not. He's plastic.
Cheap guy. Well, plastic worked a little better.
Yeah. And so you develop the character out of nothing, you decide on the voice, do you ad lib until it starts to feel right, or how do you do that?
I just kind of let them do their own thing. Yeah, and see, look how I turned out. It all comes out of his head. One smart guy, huh? Yes, I'm a very smart guy. Thank you very much. Yeah, that way he went to college too. Yep.
That's right, two smart guys, Sammy Lowe and Rufus. Let's hear it for them. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you, everybody.
Yee-hoo.
Thank you, Sammy. All right.
Thank you. Yay.
Thank you. All right.
How about Sammy?
He's hilarious. Sammy, Rufus, Damon, you're welcome here anytime. Speaking of interesting, Mr. Middleton has been cruising the Commonwealth
I have.
and doing a
That's right.
documentary. Tell folks about it a little bit, because we're about to watch a little
We
snippet.
are. You know, when I was a kid, I lived in southern Arizona, I should say, and my grandparents and family all still lived in Kentucky. So we would cross country a lot, and my dad, we'd stop in a lot of places on Route 66. So I thought, well, hey, all these great memories of my childhood, they've got to be something here in the state of Kentucky that's still like this. So I
Like the biggest ball of string and
exactly,
stuff like that? Okay.
Cadillac Ranch and things like that. So I thought, here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, there's got to be places like this. So I struck out in the state. I found 6 unique locations, from a place where Sammy's well known at Vent Haven, Ventriloquist Dummy Museum, to the Kentucky Reptile Zoo, to, all the way up to the American Dollhouse Museum, all the way out to the Wooldridge Monuments in western Kentucky. And I decided to call the piece Commonwealth Curiosities, where I just struck out across the state trying to find these strange places that still exist, the real America, the old weird America that's still there. This particular person we're going to take a look at, his name's Lloyd Little. Lloyd is a entrepreneur, if you will, and a chainsaw artist. When you combine those, they make quite the job.
Yeah, quite a noise.
Exactly. And Lloyd makes, eagles, bear, pretty much anything you can carve out of wood. Just one of the many stops. And pay close attention, folks, to the goats on the roof.
Actually, I remember when we used to stop at roadside attractions, like you're saying, even if you go down to Tennessee, they've you'd see Indians dancing and stuff like that, and you'd stop. I call that like a roadside attraction, but they've kind of stopped a lot of that too. I've even seen in Tennessee before Indians wrestling bears, so they've stopped all that stuff now. It's cruelty to animals, Gift shop was for sale, and my wife was selling it for the lady, and the lady almost insisted that we buy it. We really wasn't interested. And finally, make a long story short, we bought it and didn't know what to do with it, and we just kind of brainstormed, as we normally do, and come up with the Wild Things of Kentucky ideal, and it's kind of blossomed from there. Well, my name is Lloyd Little. Of course, live here in Slade, Kentucky, and we've got several businesses here. Wild Things of Kentucky, we've had a couple years, and we've kind of keep adding attractions and things for the tourists and for the kids, you know. So about a month ago, we got the goats, put them up on the roof there, and people likes to watch them and feed them. And we've got a little nature center. It's a room all by itself. And we've got observation beehive. You can actually watch the bees making honey. We've got aquariums with fish in it, turtles. We've got a lot of different wild displays. Then we've got a big, huge area that we got the local snakes that we catch ourselves. And occasionally people will call us and say, hey, I got a large rattlesnake under my porch, and I'll go get it. I've been doing carvings for 22 years, and used to do go to festivals and do a lot of carvings of eagles and Indian heads, but now it's mainly bear and eagles, but that's the main thing. Yeah, they love the bears. As you can see them sitting around. We try to keep some on the shelf in there. Well, when I first came down to Kentucky about 20 years ago, came through Georgetown, Kentucky, and seen a guy by the name of Sandy Shoe, and he was he's setting up at different places, and we got him to come down here to try to bring tourists in on the weekends, and I just, when I first seen it, I just really thought maybe I could do it, and tried it and got where I could do it a little bit, you know, and started. You get a little bit better. The more you do, the faster you get, and so forth. So kind of copied off Sandy, you might say. You can basically look at a piece of wood. I'm not a very good artist as far as drawing or anything like that, but in a piece of wood, it seems like I can see different things. See 3D better than I can see like if I drew something on paper. It don't matter what kind it is. I can use Husqvarna, steel. It don't matter. Well, you know, we've got several things, like we've got the gem mining, you know, out on the open air deck. We've got the panning for gold. And of course the gift shop, I think, is probably the most unique gift shop in Kentucky. We've got a lot of different things, and we never think that we could look back 20 years ago, we never dreamed we'd had something like this. This is Natural Bridge, Kentucky. There's over 1,000 natural arches in the area. You know, you may enjoy some of our things, and if not, you can go 5 minutes away and hiking and arches and waterfalls. And, you know, we do a little bit of developing. We'll build you a cabin. My wife can rent a cabin for you.
All right.
How about Lloyd Little?
Good work.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah.
That, ladies and gentlemen, that's Commonwealth Curiosities, a documentary by Stephen Middleton, which will be completed before too long.
That's right. There will be a screening at Coffee Tree Books on November 18th, Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Please, everyone, come out and see my hard work.
Yes.
In the span of making this documentary, I became a Kentucky colonel. So
Congratulations, Colonel.
I try.
We need to get out of here,
Let's
don't
do
we?
it.
Let's
take
do
it out.
1, 2, 3.
That's been the pattern for quite some time now.